Greetings to all the FPM aspirants who are looking for their doctoral studies from IIM and any other business school. I am Varun Sharma and I'll be joining IIM Lucknow for my fellow program in management in the area of organizational behavior and human resource management. So I am here to just give you guys an overview about all the experiences and how the interview is and regarding the basic experience that you need to go through and what do they actually look, because the process is quite opaque and you don't actually get to know what goes inside that room and how the decision is being made. So I'll tell you what my experiences are and what my profile is and how you can better have your chance of getting selected. So I'll divide this video into three parts. I'll be telling you about what my profile is. Then I'll be telling you about what experiences I had during the time of the interview and what are my recommendations for the people who have a profile like me. Right. So we'll get to the first part. And yes, so I have done my graduation and post graduation from psychology, and both I have pursued from University of Delhi. And before applying to IIM, I was teaching at a private university, and I continued it for a period of 6 months. So, and I have done my post graduation in the year of 2018 only, and in 2019, I applied for a job of assistant professor in a private university, and I got it there. And I went to the interview with my experience in hand and with my post graduation and graduation only. So prior to this, I had done only internships and I have no work experience, just the 6 months of academia exposure, right? So this is what my basic profile is, and I have been teaching organizational behavior to the postgraduate students and research methodology to the graduate students. So this is what my profile is, and now I'll get down to what my experiences are during the time of the interview. So I applied through Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, Lucknow, Kozhikode, Indore, and Trichy. Right. So I didn't receive an interview call from Bangalore and Kozhikode, but I went to Ahmedabad, Calcutta, Indore, and Lucknow, right? So and Trichy as well. So they were they all gave me a wide variety of exposure and pretty much a lot to learn from from those experiences as well. So firstly, the Calcutta called me up, right? So I went to Calcutta and I applied through the to organizational behavior area, right? So the interview went well. They asked me about what my proposal is. My proposal, uh, you know, is in sync with the Yusuf sir's area of job crafting, as he told us in the video. And I was also interested in the area of job crafting because I really like the job redesign theory, and it's a bottom-up way, a perspective of job redesign. So I was quite interested in that. So they asked me about my proposal, how I'm going to do the research, about my methodology and about my theoretical understanding. And then they asked me regarding what subjects do I teach in my college, because they asked me about it. What are you doing right now? So I told them that I'm in a college and I'm teaching this subject. So they asked me questions regarding what organizational culture is, how is it different from organizational climate, and questions related to organizational behavior. Then they asked me that I guess I gave them pretty nice answers because I am quite well versed with the topics because I have a background in psychology. But they asked me that because you have a background in psychology, how are you going to cope up with this mathematical and the more of the quantitative subjects that we're going to teach you in the first year of your coursework? So I told them that quantitative I do have a background in maths as well. In 12th I had maths, but in my graduation, post graduation, not much of maths was there, but yes, I did it all from statistics and all. So they gave me a pretty good look, and my interview was over. But it ended on a good note, right? But I didn't converted it. Then I went for 3G, In Trichy, they asked me regarding my proposal, my previous dissertation, and regarding what I want to do, and the questions pretty much like that only. So and then I was able to explain it. So I was, it was on these lines only. They also asked me about organizational culture and other things, what is work motivation, because my area is from work motivation. So yeah, questions from these topics only. And regarding how have you seen, and in that, yes, so they had two interview phases. So first was the area specific, then there was the FPM round. So in the area specific, they asked me about my dissertation, about my prior experience, and all these things. And FPM, they asked me to conceptualize my research design, which I was able to pull it off, but I got waitlisted there. So yeah, so that was Trichy, and then I got call from Ahmedabad, and this was the best interview experience that I had, because the interview panel was very nice. So they asked me regarding what I want to do, what my aspirations are, and what I expect from academia. So all these questions. And then it also comprised of two rounds. First was the area specific, which I got through, and then when I went for the FPM round, so they asked me regarding what my dissertation was, why didn't I apply for other universities. So this was the reason that I told them about, that I am very keen on having my degree from an institute like this, because I want to have a very I want to develop my specialization, and in universities I might miss out on these chances, but with the good faculty and with a good academic exposure, and the institute's excellence for management, my profile and my interests are more aligned with this institute. So yes, so the second round was much about regarding my motivation to join the program and all these things. So, but the next day I received the call that I couldn't convert it. So my three calls are more of like a rejection for me. Then I got a call from Lucknow. So this was the interesting case, because in Lucknow my interview was scheduled, and they asked me regarding what my dissertation. So my dissertation was on entrepreneurship and family climate. So they asked me regarding what methodology I used, what are the things that I used, why are these things necessary. So they were getting into a lot of details, and I guess I was able to satisfy them up to 70%. But yes, yeah, because they asked me, what are the basis of your assumptions, why are you assuming this, what theories back it up, why the theory was given this way. So they were getting into very in a very fine print of what I have put my proposal and put in my proposal. So they asked me regarding the theories and all these things, and they asked me regarding why you use that specific tool of measure. So they were getting into why you want to do this, your basic modus operandi regarding your research. So, but yes, I came out with a very, I left it on a very bad note, but yes, I was able to convert it. So because I tried to justify myself that yes, I did this thing because I had these kind of reasons. So the faculty was, I guess, satisfied. So my interview kept around for 15 minutes. But yeah, after that it was over, and the results were out, and I converted it, and now I'm going to join the program as well. Right. So this is more likely, and after that I also got call from Indore, and Indore interview was nice as well. They asked me regarding the recent election and how you can use your knowledge about the psychology in the elections, and what these things are. What do you mean by methodology of the research? How is it different from the methods? How are you gonna? What are the errors in research? So they got into, because they asked me regarding what I'm teaching in my university. So they got into the details of it, like how am I teaching it, and what experience do I have to teach to them. So I was telling them about that. These are the very, I'm not getting into nitty gritties, but I have to give them a basic exposure which I have. So in research methodology, I'm pretty much doing the, just telling them about the details of the surface details about the subject. So yes, And so yeah, but I couldn't convert it to the Indore. Now we'll move on to the third part of this talk, and which will be my recommendation for the people who have a profile like me, who have graduation or post graduation in psychology and want to pursue in the area of organizational behavior and human resource management. I would firstly, the thing is, I am applying to this program through a GRF scorecard, right? So the main thing that I would like to tell you is that although the GRF scorecard is very hard to earn, because it it is very hard to earn, because you have to have a very high accuracy and you have to deliver precision. So it is hard to earn, but yes, these things are certainly, doesn't carry weight as much as you have the cat scorecard or GMAT or GRE, right? So it's better if you are having a slightly good exposure at these quantitative aptitudes. So it's better to let go of GRF and better opt for a GMAT or a GRE scorecard, right? So it will help you in the process. Then you don't have to prove as much as I have to do, that we you can pull it off with the quantitative subjects, right? Second is, if you are applying through GRS scorecard, I would really suggest you, if you can have a good publication. Although I have publication, but it was in a national journal, so it didn't carry that much weight, right? So if you can have an international publication whose impact factor is quite good, you can pull it off with a GRS scorecard as well, right? So first thing, you have to know that your scorecard does matter and it does play a card in the interview room, and but your publication carries marks as well. If you don't have a publication, and if you are from a GMAT or a GRE candidate, then you can convince them with your conceptual skills and your quantitative aptitude. But if you are a GRF candidate, I would suggest you can, if you want to apply through GRF, then you should get a decent publication, so that they can know that if the person is compromising on quantitative aptitude, the person has the conceptual clarity, right? So these were the pretty much the insight from my side, but I would really suggest that the interview process is very opaque. We don't know much about it, because Ahmedabad, the interview was very nice for me, but I was not able to convert it. So the thing is, you don't get to know how you get selected. This is a very, there are number of factors that affect it, like the people who have the different profile, or the kind of profile the faculty is looking for those days, so there are a lot of chances. So one thing is clear, that you should have a clarity in your proposal. You should have a very good SOP that you should write about how you are doing in your current area of interest, and what you want to do, and how clear are you with the methodology, right? So these are the things that carries weight. Your SOP does matter, and it's very important to have a good SOP, right? Because they don't have anything to question without your SOP. So your SOP is the basis of your interview. So it's better if you can provide a lot of details with a very precise and a concise manner, right? So that you can have a good basis for your interview. Rest, what goes in the interview room is quite quite unpredictable. But if I would really suggest that if you just keep your head straight and keep your focus on, you'll get through the interview, right? So that is pretty much from my side, and I wish you all the best.